Welcome, one and all, to my YouTube channel, Technobabble. I am the Technobabbler here with your brand new family, and I guess we call it a mini-series inside of our Sims in the City series. This is going to be called On the Rocks, as you guys just saw, and I have two new Sims to introduce you to. I am really excited to have another family here in the Spice District, and I am looking forward to having so much fun with this family, because I'm going to do some things in the game that I have never done before. I'm going to go ahead and we got an incoming call. Nalanya, I can't get you out of my mind. Want to go on a date? No, we're not going on a date right now. We need to get our day started, and I need to introduce you guys to these Sims who are currently snoozing. So maybe real quick, I will just give you a quick view of their apartment. Let's see here if we can zoom in here, and let me go into this mode. You know what? I don't think this is going to work for me. I am too excited. I'll just give you a quick rundown. So you come in here, you have this walkway. We've got a little built-in laundry nook out there. We've got a bathroom over here. We've got a little teeny tiny foyer right here. Kitchen there. And balcony here. Off of the kitchen, we have a bathroom. Bathroom? Really? Really, Techno? This is a bathroom? It's a bedroom! Of course it's a bedroom. I'm just so excited to introduce you guys to these characters. Here's one of them. This is Gerald Worley, and Gerald Worley grew up in the town of Strangerville, as did his roommate, Diane Rocks. Now, the thing about these two is they grew, like I said, grew up in Strangerville, but they both have very different stories and very different lives. So, let's see, it's almost 10:30. It's time to go ahead and get up, and we're going to have them start doing some stuff. So this is Diane Rocks, and nobody calls her Diane. Nobody calls her Diane. She goes by Roxy. Everyone that she meets, she introduces herself as Roxy. No one even knows her name is Diane except for Gerald. Like I said, they grew up together, and you guys see that she's got this dog tag around her neck. So her father was in the military and was working at the lab, the secret base there in Strangerville, and unfortunately, he passed away when she turned, I think she turned 17. No, it was her senior year of high school, so I guess she would have been 18, and he passed away, and it was very mysterious. They gave her literally no information and gave her the dog tag and basically some severance money. She sold off some of the stuff that they had at her family home, which actually wasn't even their home. It was owned by the military. They just were living there, sort of like being on base. And she went and lived with her aunt just for a short while. Just a short while. So that she could get stuff sorted out. Because her and her best friend, Gerald, have always aspired to leave Strangerville. Gerald's story is his father was a bartender at the local bar, and his mother worked at it was the Stardust Diner in Strangerville, and she's just a waitress there. And like I said, Dad was a bartender, and they both wanted to get out of that town, as you can imagine, and they became fast friends in elementary school because they both were passionate about music. They both have their interest in music. They love listening to music. They love creating music. And so Roxy really wanted to explore out on her own. So she took all of the money that she had from her dad's savings and what they gave her from the military, and sold off a few items, and got this apartment here in San Myshuno, along with Gerald, who had been saving up his money for some time because he knew he was going to want to get out of that town. He did not want to live there forever, and so they moved. They got themselves all of this sort of secondhand furniture. They got this from a diner that was closing. You know, they just picked up some stuff here and there, and they are all about their social lives, about exploring the city and getting to know more people. Now, on Twitter, at Technobabble, that's my Twitter handle, if I hadn't mentioned it before, I put a poll out. I asked you guys how many roommates you wanted my new family to have, and the final vote was for 2 roommates. So we have this nice room set up for a roommate, and then we have this trundle bed, and I have never used, the Murphy bed, Murphy bed, sorry. I've never used the Murphy bed that doesn't have the sofa, and I'm like, this is a great piece, and it kind of goes with like the aesthetic of this room here. Sorry, I got to get better with my camera work. So you can see the place is not bad. It's not shabby. It's pretty decent, but it's all secondhand, and they've been living here now for, I think, 3 months, and they were kind of living off of the money that they both had saved up, and then they were starting to run low on some cash. And Gerald is always aspired to become a chef, a master chef. So he really wants to take on the culinary career, and he said he knew that living in San Myshuno would be the place to do it, because there are all the great foods, there's some good restaurants, and he wants to learn all of the recipes that there are in the Sims game here. That's what I want to do. He wants to learn all of the recipes so he can make all of the delicious food and become possibly a famous chef. We're gonna figure that out as the LP goes on. Does he want to become a famous chef? Does he just want to be the best chef? I don't yet know, but he does have the aspiration of becoming a master chef. Oh, he just finished that. Let's see. He's getting hungry. So actually, I'm gonna have him come in here and maybe make some breakfast. And I think, let's see. Do we have leftovers? We'll just have him get some leftovers. So while he is doing that, I also want to show you his, what do you call this? What is this thing called? I don't know. His traits, that's right. So he is a foodie. He's a music lover. Like I mentioned, they both have a love of music. He is also a hopeless romantic. He loves romance. He loves the ladies. He loves to flirt. He's super flirty, but he's also not super confident all the time. And he's also a pretty funny guy. Like, he is, like, always kind of crack jokes and just try to, warm up the crowd with a good joke. And he's kind of like that party guy. Like, he likes to have his drinks early and often. Hence why we have the bar and we have a keg here, which has already been tapped because they've been using that. Then we have Roxy. And Roxy, I have never actually... Oh, she is getting hungry. I've never actually had a sim master the piano skill, and I love the piano. I love the sound, I love the music, I love the different kind of ways that different kind of music you can perform on the piano. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna have him watch a cooking channel while we are chatting about them. So Roxy here,
Helga.
Like I said before, she is going to work on becoming a musician. I don't know whether she's going to become famous. That's not even in there. They're like too young to even think about becoming famous. They just love, she's so passionate about music, and her aspiration is to be a musical genius. And I think she is well on her way to doing that. She wants to master almost all the different forms of music that we have in the game, and she wants to make money from it. So I just discovered, because she got her piano skill up, that we can actually take this keyboard with us and we can busk for tips. So she was out there working, she was out there singing, trying to make money, and she's not making tons of money, but she was making pretty good tips at the piano. And now that I know she can actually take that with her, and the other thing she wants to do is she wants to save up her money. You see, she's got a DJ booth in here, so she also, like I said, she loves all forms of music. So she's also going to be exploring becoming a DJ, learning the piano, mastering the singing, possibly the violin, possibly the guitar. Right now, let's see. Gerald here, wow, he cleaned up after himself. I'm so surprised. Usually he's not very neat. He has a guitar, and he actually really enjoys playing the guitar, but he's not as musically inclined as Roxy is. I'm going to actually have him come on here and craft a sculpture. Oh, we can do a flirty sculpture. Let's totally do that. Then let's have him do another sculpture, and we will do a horse sculpture. And he's also, like I said, he's working on his handiness skill as well. And this apartment, they're going to need it because Roxy was able to get it they were both able to get it pretty cheaply because it's got quite a few problems. Like you might have just saw those some rats there earlier. When I was playing off camera, this fuse box was going crazy. It's kind of like, it's intense. But I'm so excited to just dive into like their lives, their gameplay, their story with you guys, and just get to know them a little bit better. And I think, oh, that's what I was getting ready to tell you guys. So she is going to work on, actually I'm going to have her come in here and practice the DJ. I actually have one sim off camera in a tiny home. The first tiny home I made, I had them work on the DJ skill because I had never done that before, just so I could see how it worked. And it was so fun. And I was like, Roxy, like, is the embodiment of music. Like, she loves all of it in all its forms, and she wants to master it so much. So she also wants to get the media station where she can make her own music so that we can start listening to her songs on the radio. But she's got to save up, I think it was like 1,500 simoleons. Now, they have money now, but they were literally desperately almost out of money, and they went to the Humor and Hijinks Festival, and they knocked it out of the park, and so they got some money, and I think I sold their fireworks, or some of their fireworks. I think Gerald actually kept his, because he seems like he would probably want to set some off occasionally. Let's see, how well this is. This is 20 simoleons, that's not too bad. And in the spirit of getting into his life, he joined the culinary career. Now, the other thing you need to know about Gerald is that he loves wintertime and he loves the snow. So I think we're going to let them sort of finish up what they're doing now, and then we're going to head over to the park and just let them have some fun, because Gerald loves the snow. He has declared his love of the snow. It is so much fun. He loves to build snow pals. He loves to have snowball fights. He loves to skate. He loves to do it all. So I think after he finishes this project, we will head over to the park, him and Roxy, and maybe we'll invite some of the people that they've met to just go have a good time out and about. And if you guys have not yet heard this, like, there is so many fun. I never really explored this DJ booth, but there's really a lot of fun things that you can do with it. So you can like have a control panel and you can set the volume and stuff, but you can like get upgrades to this, and then there's like, I think 2 other turntables that you can get, 2 different like styles. One's like super fancy. You've probably seen it in one of the clubs in Windenburg, I think, has it, and it's really cool. So like I said, goals and aspirations. Oh, and the other thing I'm going to have Gerald work on, I'm trying to get his handiness skill up because I want him to build some planters, because he loves food and he wants to have the best food. So he's also going to do some gardening. You saw in Roxy's inventory, Gerald actually bought these, but he kept trying to cook with them, so I just put them in Roxy's inventory for right now. So I'm going to let them finish up what they're doing, and then we are going to head over to the park for some evening wintertime fun. Actually, before we head over to the park, I think we need to have Gerald come in here and try to obliterate these rats, because they are disgusting and I cannot stand them. I actually, Takahashi has the same thing. He's got an apartment that has rats as well, and I thought Nugget would for certain eat them, and I've never seen him do it. And you guys might have noticed in his room over here, maybe you didn't, but he's got this giant cat tree. He actually got that second hand out of the garbage because he's always wanted to have a cat. So he's like been slowly getting stuff, and he has to convince Roxy also to let him have a cat. And we also need to get roommates. So I would say before this episode is over, we will apply for, actually, how do we do that? Let's come over here and do it before we go to the park. More choices. How do we do it? I know there's a way to do it. I thought it was from the computer, though. More choices, web. Is it on the web? I thought there was a whole roommate option. Let me see if we can click on the bed. I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something. You guys are going to be like, Techno is right there. You went by it 4 times. Probably, right? Order, socialize, more choices, social networking, household, career. I do not see it. Why don't I see it? All right, well, we'll get that figured out. In the meantime, I'm going to let her get her point, and then we'll head over to the park in this episode. All right, we have arrived at the big old park, and we brought along some friends. Roxy, you need to put on some different clothes. You're gonna freeze to death. Do not freeze to death in your first ever episode. Please do not freeze to death. She's gonna be cold for a minute, and then she'll put on her clothes. But they are making some snow angels. I think that we will then have them come over here and maybe let's make some snow pals together. Are they leaving? So this is actually, oh no, she's making one over there. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, I gotta get a screenshot. So they are just here at the park. There you go. Now you're frozen, Roxy, because you were lying down in the snow. Put on some, stop that. Put on some clothes. You need to put on something warm. Goodness, there we go. That's better. Now they are going to build some snow pals, and I think I'm just going to kind of wrap this episode up. I'm going to let them have some fun. Roxy, you need to go warm up. I'm going to have you come in here by the fire and warm yourself, while Gerald, who loves the cold, is going to be out here building some snow pals, having a good time, and just sort of get to know his friends, get to know this actually is his neighbor, Raj. He's actually a pastry chef, so he's like kind of trying to learn from Raj a little bit and befriend Raj. I think they should have, you know, we're going to have them, I think we're going to end the episode with them over here skating. Invite everybody to skate. He loves it. He loves playing in the snow. He loves winter. It is his favorite season. I've never actually had a sim declare like a favorite season, so that's fun to me. Like, I've had him declare that he loves winter, that he loves snow. I've never done that before, so I'm kind of excited to see what that is and how that plays out. And I will figure out the roommate thing, and we will see. I thought let me see if we can even ask. Maybe it's either buggy or something's up, because I know that there it is, roommate. See, we can invite someone to be a roommate, but we're not going to have Raj be a roommate. So, you know what? I will actually hold off until the next, maybe not even the next episode, but the episode after, and have you guys help me decide if we should get random roommates. I think I really want to start that process, because when I played with the roommate system before, it was super fun. They were, it was like they were able to sort of like join in. They'd come to the house, and like you could almost like interview them. So I think I want to start that process so you guys can actually vote for who you want to be the roommates. But we're gonna definitely need to get a roommate. Like I said, they've been living there for 3 months now, so we're gonna be having our rent due again pretty soon, and I would like to have someone help contribute to that expense. And I might play this family a little bit off camera, just because I love playing them. They're brand new to me, and I love exploring new things, and you guys know how I am. I love the start of new families and new series. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I hope you adore this family as much as I do. And I'm sorry if I spent way too much time talking and not enough time doing gameplay, but I was so excited to introduce you to this family. I have been thinking about this family and dreaming them up for some time. I just am so excited to get this series started. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys are enjoying the other series or other episodes in the series, the Sims in the City reboot series. And until the next video, Tomalagi!